Want a drink? Go ahead.
Excuse me?
I said have a drink. You and I are going to communicate with each other for the first time in our lives.
I can't.
Why not?
Because it's only fun when you don't want me to.
David. David, 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 David,
Are you talking to me, Dad?
Yes. But who are you? Who are you, David? Do you know who you are? Because I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are, David. Do you know who you are, David?
Just casually. I have seen you around the house before.
Yeah, that's who you are. Quick with a flippant answer. Fresh. Disrespectful. Rude. Unambitious. Lazy. No beliefs. No interests. No scruples. A drunkard. A gambler. A playboy. A lover. A bum. A television watcher. And a lousy guitar player. That's who you are.
Gee, Dad, I'm glad you remembered.
Last week, I tried to make a list of all the things you do that make me proud. I need to take the top off the pen. Remember the father and son picnic in high school? I went alone. And what makes it so painful to me is that you're the smartest one in the family. You're the smartest one in anybody's family. 3 college degrees, finished first in your class, and you didn't even show up for your senior year. So why do you throw it all away, David? Why do you drink so much?
Well, it's to overcome this terrible condition I have.
What condition?
Soberness. You know, I get it a lot in the mornings. It's really quite terrible. I mean, I get single vision, and rooms, they just stand still. And then I see the most horrific thing of all in this house. It's money. I mean, there's money, and money, and money, 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 money.
Then why do you stay? Why don't you pack up your bottles and leave this house?
Oh, I've tried. I've tried on 6 separate occasions, but you see, it's such a goddamn long driveway, I never could make it down to the front gate. Sorry about the God reference, Dad.
So you resent all this? Is that it? You resent this house? My business? Your mother's jewelry? The furniture? The paintings? The swimming pools? Is that what you resent?
Don't forget our own Baskin-Robbins in the playhouse.
Your sister likes ice cream! Is that such a crime? Is it a crime to be rich? Is it a sin to want only the best for your family?
I believe that every man is entitled to what he earns in life, but 97 flavors? Now, come on, Dad, that's a bit much, okay?
This house could go up in smoke tomorrow, and I wouldn't blink an eye. I tell you something, there was a time in my life when the holes in my socks were so big you could put them on from either end. I grew up in a tenement in New York. My mother, my father, and 11 kids in 1.5 rooms. We had 2 beds and a cot. You had to take a number off the wall to go to sleep. My father was 5'3", weighed 127 pounds. He had a bad heart, bad lungs, bad kidneys, and a bad liver. He was a piano mover. He died at the age of 32 from an acute attack of everything. My mother had to take a job in a sweatshop, working 6 days a week, 14 hours a day. At nights, she would wash floors at Madison Square Garden. And on Sundays, she used to sell hot sweet potatoes on the corner of 14th Street and Broadway. What she didn't sell was dinner for the rest of the week. Hot sweet potatoes every single night. What she did, and on Thanksgiving, she would take a sweet potato and she'd stuff it with a little white potato. The clothes we wore were made out of rags that she found in the street, or curtains that somebody had just thrown away. Can you picture that? Do you know what it's like for a young man growing up in a tough neighborhood in East New York to wear curtains? Fairies used to beat me up! For all those freezing winters and hot, hungry summers, for all the sickness without doctors or medicines, one winter we all had the whooping cough. 11 kids throwing up simultaneously in 1.5 rooms. My mother had to nurse us on roller skates. Through all that pain and hardship and suffering, my mother never complained or cried out against the world because she knew that it was God's will. God's will. That was the lesson that my mother taught us. What God has given you, God can take away. And for what He has given you, be thankful. When I was 14 years old, I went to work for the Schreiber Corrugated Box Company. A rotten man who made a rotten box. No matter how you packed it, the minute you shipped it, it fell apart. Didn't hold up under any kind of weather, including sunshine. But that's because Schreiber was not interested in quality and workmanship. He was interested in a quick profit. When I bought the business with him, with $6,000 that my mother had saved up, I started to make quality boxes, strong as steel. In the first 3 months, I lost my mother $6,000. But she just kept saying to me, it's God's will. And then money started flowing in from nowhere, from everywhere. People wanted to buy my corrugated boxes. It was like a miracle. I couldn't find banks fast enough to keep it. My mother never lived to see my success. The day I made my first million, she died peacefully in her sleep on the BMT subway. Her last words to the conductor were, if God wanted me to live, I would have taken the bus today. All I wanted from my wife and children was not to suffer the same way I did as a child. Not to be deprived of life's barest necessities. But such riches, such wealth, I never asked for it. I never needed it. When I ask myself why so much, I just hear the voice of my mother say, it's God's will. I give half of what I earn every year to charity, and the next year I make twice as much. Wealth is as much a responsibility as poverty is a burden. I'll take whatever's given to me and ask for no more or no less. Does that make any sense to you, David? Has anything I've said to you tonight made any sense at all? He's sleeping. Why do you torture me? Why do you twist my heart around like a pretzel? Where is your faith, David? Have I brought you up without faith, or have you just lost it?
Listen, I'll look around for it in my closet in the morning.
I would give away everything I have in this world just to hear you say, dear God in heaven, I believe in you.
Listen, I'm willing to discuss it with the man, and you've got his number.
The son who doesn't believe is the father's greatest anguish. You know what it says in the Bible, David?
Yeah, Dad. This book belongs to the Sheraton Plaza Hotel. Good night, Dad.
Am I wrong? Is all of this too much for one family? If it is, then why did you give it to me? It's enough already, Lord. Don't give me any more. Just give me back my son. Just give me back my David. If it be your will, dear God, that's all I ask. Amen.
Amen.
What? Who said that?
Don't worry, it's not who you're thinking.
Where are you? I can't see you.
I can't see you either. I've lost my glasses. Are the lights on or off?
It's you. The one who tried to break in. It's you, isn't it?
Why, certainly it's me. Where are we? Are we inside or outside? I can't see a damn thing.
Don't you move a muscle. I could have the police here in 2 minutes.
Well, you're lucky. In my neighborhood, you could wait for them all night. Now, where are we? Could you please turn the lights on? I get very nervous in the dark.
Don't you try anything funny.
I'm not here to get laughs.
All right, now who are you? Where are you? Where are you?
Don't get excited. I'm just looking for my glasses. Now, where am I? Am I on the floor?
Who are you? What do you mean by breaking into my house?
Oh, gorgeous rug. Oh, this is all hand woven. Oh, it must have cost a fortune. What is this? Is this Persian?
Never mind the rug. I asked you a question. Who are you?
The name is Lipton. Sidney Lipton. By the way, were there any calls for me?
Your wife called.
Sylvia.
How do I know your wife's name?
Oh, Sylvia. She's a dreadful woman, always checking up on me. I'm telling you, if she calls again, I'm not here, all right? Now, where am I? Am I on the floor?
Here. Here's your glasses.
Oh, you found them. Oh, good. Could you put them in my hand, please?
Here.
Is that my hand?
Certainly it's your hand.
Well, that'll